All right. Well, big story this morning that has a lot of people excited to get up and get to work. Stefon Diggs is coming home to D.C.
I took a nap yesterday, woke up to this news,
yeah.
thought I was still dreaming. It is a deal that many Commanders fans hoped would happen. The Montgomery County native and former Terp is now part of the Burgundy and Gold.
Yeah, in fact, Diggs is already in town. University of Maryland football posted a video of him at practice last night. Take a look.
Stefon Diggs here. I'm here at the first practice, the first fall practice. They out here getting it in, man. Shout out to my Terps and go Commanders. Let's go.
All right, love it. Team insider JP Finlay has been all over this deal. He joins us live now to discuss the details.
Yeah, JP, good morning to you. You know, I saw you post this news yesterday. I got to ask, though, so I saw you at training camp Tuesday. I was talking to your friend B. Mitch and Santana Moss, and I asked them about getting another wide receiver, and they said, you know, they may just work with what they have and not feel like they need a number two, but a day later, they got one. Why do you think they made the move?
Yeah, you know, I think this has been a very, very real possibility for a few weeks and maybe even longer than that. I know there were conversations further back into the summer. I think they make the move now as you get closer to the season because they recognize this makes them a better team today. They go into week one in Philadelphia. You're better off with Steph Diggs on the field to try to beat the Eagles. And I think ultimately you get to take a look at the players you have in-house. You have Terry McLaurin and then a lot of younger receivers that there's reasons to be excited about, but there's also reasons to questions, right? Like they are unproven commodities beyond Terry McLaurin. You add a proven commodity. Diggs went for over 1,000 yards last year in New England. You're seeing the highlights from the Patriots. He became Drake May's, top dog. He was Drake May's leading receiver. He was Drake May's top option, especially third downs, red zone situations. And that Patriots team was really good. They won the AFC Championship, got to the Super Bowl, checked with folks from New England, and they all said Steph Diggs was really good in the locker room, really good on the practice field. So I think this one was one that just made a lot of sense. And, if you're talking time frame, there was a real period of time where Brandon Ayuk was an option. Right? Or they thought Brandon Ayuk would become available and they could consider that to be an option. And I think just the social media activity there canceled out that possibility. And once those events kind of all transpired, Diggs just made the most sense.
Yeah. So here's a question. Terry McLaurin, our number one receiver, Diggs, an amazing receiver. Could this cause any friction with Terry McLaurin?
I don't believe so, Tony, but it's a really good question. Earlier this summer, it's really interesting when you think about the social media between Diggs and Ayuk and how opposite they've been all summer. All Diggs did was post workout videos. And at one point over the summer, Steph Diggs had a post that said, "I'll be the best number two receiver in football." So I think Stefon Diggs, he turns 33 in November. I think he understands what his role is going to be here in Washington with Terry being the top dog and Stefon on the other side. I also think you're talking about two real veterans in this game that have, Terry's going into year 8, I believe. He was drafted in 2019. So both these guys understand. And I think for McLaurin especially, he has never had a receiver as good as Diggs on the opposite side of him. Last year you had Debo, but Terry was hurt most of the year, and Debo was kind of a different non-traditional receiver. But you go back over the years here, and we're talking Jahan Dotson and Curtis Samuel. I mean, what Stefon Diggs can bring to this team is really going to be interesting.
Yeah, you mentioned the ages, JP. We know even though he was top dog there in New England last season, he was kind of coming off an injury, didn't play a whole lot of time. So is he completely healthy now? How much of an impact will Diggs make right away?
Yeah, it's interesting, Jimmy. I actually caught up with his longtime trainer, Myron Flowers, yesterday. We did an interview for All Ears last night, actually. And he said, last year, Diggs was coming off the knee injury sustained in 2024. So stay with me with the years. He got hurt 2024 in Houston playing for the Texans, had a long road to recovery there. You see some of Diggs' workout videos. He's in phenomenal shape now. So last year he played about 55% of the snaps for New England and still was their leading receiver. A lot of that was because he was still recovering, especially in the offseason. When I talked to his coach, I mean, he says he's way further along in the recovery. The injury's way in the back rear view window, if you will, and the speed's way up. So I think you could, at least for right now, comparing August of 26 to August of 25, Steph is in a far better place to kind of hit the ground running. But, he's got his physical in Ashburn. Assuming that all goes well, we should see him on the field. It's an off day today. Thursday's off day for the players. I would think we see Diggs tomorrow morning, Friday, but maybe it'd be Saturday. But Jumi, I remember you saying you wanted Steph Diggs because that means Cardi B might come to games.
Is that what I said, JP? I believe it was. Your girl got her wish.
Little star power doesn't hurt.
Little star power doesn't hurt.
All right.
And if real quick,
Yeah.
Tony, when you talk to Tommy Davidson, you got to shout out to BCC Barons. Me and Tommy went to the same high school.
Oh, very.
We've never met. He has no idea who I am.
But I'll do it nonetheless. All right.
JP, thank you so much.